Good morning Year 9 and welcome to today's maths lesson. Let's start off with a quick starter. Can you please add together for me 435.2 plus 87? Can you then solve the equation? If 3x equals 9, what does x equal? And finally, can you list the factor pairs of 12? Please pause the video and have a go at those and then rejoin me for the answers. Okay, let's go through some answers. 435.2 plus 87. I'm going to set this up as my column method, remembering to put a 0 in my tenths decimal place. So I've got 2 plus 0 is 2. I've got 7 plus 5, which gives me 12. I've got 8 plus 3 gives me 11, plus 1 gives me 12. And 4 plus 1 gives me 5. So the answer I was looking for was 522.2. If 3x equals 9, I need to work out what x is on its own. What do I divide 3x by to get x on its own, Owen? I divide it by 3. Whatever I do to one side of my equation, I've got to remember to do to the other. 9 divided by 3 gives me what, Sophie? 3, lovely, so x equals 3. And then the factor pairs of 12, a nice easy one. 1 times 12 gives me 12, so 1 and 12. I could also have 2 times 6. I could also have 3 times 4. So my factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. Notice how I've written these out, starting with 1, 2 and 3 to make sure I don't miss any. And we're going to use this again today in our lesson. So this is our lesson destination for today. This is what we're aiming to do. A quick recap. Pens down and just watching the board for me. If I'm asked to find all the factors of 42, I'm going to find the factor pairs, numbers that multiply together to give me 42. A nice easy one would be 1 times 42. I could then have 2 times 21. Does 42 divide by 3? Yes, it does. I could have 3 times 14. Does it divide by 4? No, it doesn't. Does it divide by 5? Nope. Does 6 go into 42? Yes, it does. 6 multiplied by 7 would give me 42. And those are all my factors, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 14, 21 and 42. Over to you. Can you please find all the factors of 21? Pause the video for a minute and work those out in your light blue books or on a scrap piece of paper. Okay, let's go through the answers. I'm going to list these, so I'm going to say 1 times 21, always start with 1. 2 doesn't go into 21, but 3 does, so I can have 3 times 7. So my factors of 21 are 1, 3, 7 and 21. Cool, hopefully we can all remember this from last lesson. Can you now pause the video and have a go at this? Copy out the table and work out what the ways of making the number under the number column would be, what the factor pairs might be, and then list the factors of the number. For example, 8 can be 1 times 8 or 2 times 4, so the factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4 and 8. If you finish all this, can you tell me what are the common factors of 8, 28 and 48? Pause the video for 5 to 10 minutes and fill out this table for me please in your light blue books. Okay, let's go through some answers. I've got 1, 3 and 9 were my factors of 9. I've got 1, 3, 5 and 15 are my factors of 15. 1, 2, 4, 7, 14 and 28 were my factors of 28. And 48 has got loads of factors, well done if you got them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 16, 24 and 48. So my first question, what are the common factors of 8 and 28? Now if we look, this is 8. And this was 28. The factors of 8 were 1, 2, 4 and 8, and the factors of 28 were 1, 2, 4, 7, 14 and 28. So my common factors, ones that are common to both of those numbers, are 1, 2 and 4 is there as well. So my common factors for those two numbers are 1, 2 and 4. My next question, what are the common factors of 28 and 48? Let's have a look. They've both got 1 in them. There it is. They've both got 2 in them. There it is. They've both got 4 in them. There it is. And that's it. The common factors of 28 and 48 are 1, 2 and 4. Ironically, just the same as 28 and 8. So here's my question for you. What do you reckon my highest common factor might be? My highest common factor is my number that's the highest that's a factor of both. So for 28 and 48 it's 4, and for 8 and 28 the highest common factor is 4. We're going to use this now. So dark blue books, can I have the title HCF, which means highest common factor? Or on a neat piece of paper, can you copy this out with your title? Highest common factor. And then when you've got that copied out, pens down and watching me. So I've been asked, for the numbers 4 and 8, what's the highest common factor? I'm going to start by listing my factors of 4. So 4 can be made of 1 times 4 or 2 times 2. So my factors of 4 are just 1, 2, 2 again, so we only need to list it once, and 4. For 8, I can make 8 by 1 times 8. I could also make it by 2 times 4. So my factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4 and 8. Time to identify my highest common factor. Rowan, what's my highest common factor of 4 and 8 therefore? The biggest number that's a factor of both is 4. Thank you, Rowan. So my highest common factor is 4. Over to you. In your dark blue books or on your neat piece of paper, can you pause the video and spend a couple of minutes finding the highest common factor of 5 and 15? Okay, let's go through an answer. So 5, the factors of 5 are just 1 times 5, or 1 and 5. And for 15, there's a few more factors. We could have 1 times 15. We could also have 3 times 5. So my factors of 15 are 1, 3, 5 and 15. Which means, Dylan, what's my highest common factor of 5 and 15? 5, correct. Highest common factor is 5. Can you make sure you've got this copied down onto a neat piece of paper or on your dark blue book if you have it? Okay, let's go through another example. I've got 20 and 8 and I need to find the highest common factor of both of these. So for 20, what factor pairs can I come up with? Dylan, give me one. 1 times 20, I'm going to assume that's what you said. Rowan, give me another. 2 times 10, I'm going to assume that's what you said. And Josh, give me one more. 4 times 5. Fantastic. So my factors are 1, 2, 4, 5, 10 and 20. We need to do the same for 8. We found out 8 was 1 times 8 or 2 times 4. So the factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4 and 8. So what's my highest common factor of both of those? Lilia, what's my highest common factor? What number appears in both of these and is the highest number? 4. My highest common factor of 8 and 20 is in fact 4. Over to you on your neat piece of paper or in your dark blue book. Can you work out the highest common factor of 20 and 15? Pause the video for a couple of minutes and do that now. Okay, let's go through the answer. So 20, we already have the factors, we worked them out on this side. We've got 1, 2, 4, 5, 10 and 20. And then when we were looking at 8, we had the factors 1, 8 and 2 and 4. So for 15, we've got 1 times 15 or 3 times 5, which gives us the factors 1, 3, 5 and 15. So what's my highest common factor going to be, Ryan? 5. Fab. Okay. In your light blue books or on rough paper, can you please have a go at these practice questions? I'll go through the first one just so you know what you're doing. So I need to find the highest common factor of 4 and 2. So the first thing I'm going to do is write down the factors of 4. So 4 can be made up of 1 times 4 or 2 times 2. So the factors here are 1, 2 and 4. And 2 can only be made up of 1 times 2. So the factors of 2 are 1 and 2. Let's find the highest common factor. The highest factor that's a factor of both is 2. So that goes in my highest common factor column. On your rough paper or in your light blue books, have a go at the rest of these questions for me. Pause the video and spend 10-15 minutes doing those now. Okay, these were the answers I was looking for. Please pause the video and check your work, see how you did. Okay, second set of practice questions here. Again, these are a little bit trickier. I've got 7 and 14, which can be made up of 1 times 7. So the factors of 7 are 1 and 7. 14 can be made up of 1 times 14 or 2 times 7. So the factors of 14 are 1, 2, 7 and 14. So Lilia, what's the highest common factor of 7 and 14? Fab, it's 7. Appears in both and it's the highest number. Cool, please pause the video and spend 10 minutes or so working through the rest of those questions for me. It gets a little trickier towards 8 and 9, but do your best, have a go. Nothing to lose, just have a go. Okay, here are the answers. Please check how you did. Pause the video to check your answers. For x and 2x, the factor of the first number, we can only come up with x as just x and 1. X times 1. And for the second one, we've got 2x, which would be 2x and 1. So the highest common factor of that one is in fact x. Well done if you got that right. Didn't expect everyone to, so do not worry if you didn't get that far. Okay, what's the highest common factor of 6 and 9? Is it A1, B3, C6, D18? Pause the video and have a think. Okay, the highest common factor of 6 and 9, 6 is just made up of 1 times 6 or 2 times 3. 9 is just made up of 1 times 9 or 3 times 3. So my highest common factor of those two is going to be 3. So hopefully you will have picked B. Next question then, what's the highest common factor of 12, 6 and 9? Pause the video, have a little think. Okay, let's go through it. So the factors of 12, we've done this so many times today. 1 times 12, 2 times 6 and 3 times 4. So the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. The factors of 6, I'm going to do it down here. We've got 1 times 6, or we could also make 6 by 2 times 3. So our factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3 and of course 6. Let's do the same for 9. 9 is made up of 1 times 9, or in fact 3 times 3. So our factors of 9 are just 1, 3 and 9. So although we've got 3 numbers, the process is still exactly the same. What's therefore the highest common factor of 12, 6 and 9? Dylan, what's the highest common factor of 12, 6 and 9? 3. It's the highest number that appears in all of those factors. So I was looking for B, which is 3. And last question, what's the highest common factor of 2, 6 and 9? This is a tricky one. Pause the video and have a think. Okay, let's go through it. So 2 has only got 2 factors, 1 and 2. 6, we just went through, it's got the factors 1, 2, 3 and 6. And 9 has just got 1, 3 and 9. So what's the highest number that's a factor of both of those, Ryan? Good spot, it's 1. Highest common factor of those numbers is just 1, which is A. Okay, last part of the lesson. Can you please pause the video and have a go at these questions that I gave you at the beginning of the lesson? Please spend about 5-10 minutes having a think about these. Okay, let's go through the answers. The number that has exactly 2 factors is 7, because 7 is only made up of 1 times 7. So it only has 2 factors, 1 and 7. The number that has exactly 4 factors is going to be 8, because 8 can be made up of 1 times 8 or 4 times 2. The highest common factor of 15 and 20 we worked out to be 5, because 15 is made up of 1, 3, 5 and 15. And 20, the factors of 20 are just 1, 2, 4, 5, 10 and 20. So the highest common factor of both of those is right there, it's 5. And finally, the highest common factor of 24 and 42. Let's work it out. How can I make 24? I can make 24 from 1 times 24. I could make it from 2 times 12. I could make it from 3 times 8. I could also make it from 4 times 6. 42, I could make from 1 times 42. Or I could choose to do 2 times 21. I could also make 42 from 3 times 14. I can also make it from 6 times 7. So my highest number that's a factor of both of those numbers, if we look through, is going to be 6. Fab. Have a go at the exit ticket now that I've posted in Google Classroom and send that through to me so I can assess how you're getting along and see how much you're understanding. Best of luck, Year 9, and thank you very much.